Hey, how y'all doing today? How y'all doing? What's poppin'? See first. What's tea? I didn't even know I was live already, y'all. I'm sorry about that. I'm in here getting it together. My morning started so great. I was so ready for this, and then, I got off work and all hell was breaking loose. Please. I am here. I'm in the building. How y'all doing today? Where y'all sipping from? All that good stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, how y'all doing, sippers? What y'all day was like? My day was messed up at the end when I got off work. Before that, it was fine. Can't complain. Okay. So what we on? Power Book 4 Season 1, Episode 8. Hey, Pico. How y'all doing? Hold up, let me get y'all positioned. Hold up. It's hot as hell in this one. I don't think the air worked here because I don't feel shit. It feel like pure hell in here. Straight up. For real. Whew, heat rises, got dog on this high in the ceiling. Alright, so let's get into this. We're gonna do this play-by-play review. Season 1, Episode 8, Power Book 4 Force. You dig. I know I'm super late. But we gonna get it done so I can move on to other stuff. Hopefully this time I can stay on track. Uh it's hot, y'all. It is hot in here. It is hot in here. It's like really hot in this room. I don't understand. I'm confused a little bit. Is this some weird vibes going on? Like why it's hot in here? Oh man, I don't want to run no fan. I don't have to put a fan in here though. Y'all gonna have to hear a fan in the background and everything because it is too hot. Oh my god, it feel like hell in here. Okay, let's get into this stuff. So let's see. Tommy. Okay, Tommy is meeting with the chick from when him and Barbara got kidnapped. You know, they had to deliver to this lady. She was in the car shop. So she was at the auto shop. And so he meeting with her. But this time it's actually in English, so I can give y'all some rundown. He pretty much let her know that he wanted her to be distro and all that good stuff. And then while he was in the midst of talking all that, the two um the two the two dudes from the sandwich shop when they was doing them deliveries when they got kidnapped, they had to do them deliveries in like an hour. All right, so they meeting the two dudes, the two what they is Hebrew? Oh, not Hebrew. I forgot what they is, y'all. Jewish, yeah, the Jewish two Jewish dudes. They ended up walking in, and they pretty much like, what's the price? You know what I'm saying? They're not coming in. They don't want a lot of gag. They don't want to do none of that extra. They just like, what is the price? Because I want to know the price. I'm good. How are you? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of that. Thanks. Y'all the bomb. Uh, And Tommy just was like, like, dang, we can't caress you, we can't foreplay you, none of that. You just get straight to the point, all that good stuff. Like, really? Um, so Tommy just pretty much throw out a price out there. And they all looking all confused and all that stuff because he pretty much telling them like it's the same product, just got the same kick, the same amount of high, whatever you gonna get from it. All that good stuff. Ooh, thank you. There is pretty too. Um, and so because they switched up the formula so that people with this already on something can be able to afford it, not just for like the money people. You know what I'm saying? So they pretty much like they ain't feeling that price if let's say so they really concerned about the quality at this point. And so Tommy is just like, y'all gonna have to try it. Y'all just gonna have to try. So then they tried it real quick, and of course, oh girl, she good. She like, okay. And cause and then on top of that, Tommy just telling them like, I don't move trash no way, so you ain't gotta never worry about that. Um So once they realized that they both was digging it or whatever, so Tommy repeat the price. He like 55 a key, correct? And so old girl, she like, okay, I'm down. But then the dudes was ended up like, you know what, and I'll take three. I'm gonna take three myself, all that good stuff. So it ended up working out for the best. Um, And just so y'all know too, this is reminded, like he is redealing to the same people that he made the drops for when him and Barbara ended up getting kidnapped for him putting one of the bosses in a wheelchair while they was locked up or whatever. So just like he just reselling to the people that was the other boss's clients, pretty much. Um Box Flynn is at the doctor's office and he found out that he got stage one lung cancer. I mean lung cancer. And the doctor is like, because we catching it early, um, there is a lot of different treatments that he can take, and it's nothing like what his wife went through or whatever. Because now he got so many options because they caught it early, so it is what it is. Um, while she is talking to him though, he is looking so like devastated. He's speechless. It's like he was really in like a really deep, deep thought, kind of sort of. You know what I'm saying? It was like he it's like as if he found out that he got a death sentence or something like that. Like that's the facial that he was making. It's like his life was over. But she had said she caught it early and there's plenty of options. So we'll see how they end or turn out. Tommy and Liliana is at his crib, and they um okay, so Tommy and Liliana, they is at his crib or whatever, and they is pretty much bagging up some bricks or whatever, and they is talking about the recipe or whatever, and pretty much Liliana is just assuring him that she know the recipe, and because she knows the recipe, that he can let Doc go. But he like, no, cause the way that the sales is coming in right now, he really need both of them because like just like with old girl in the Jewish dudes, like they snatching it really fast. So it's pretty much he need both of them right now. Like he don't have time to let the doctor go right now, but I'm sure um it'll be okay. I'm sure. But right now, he want to run this joint 24/7. So he pretty much need another cook. For it can be like 8 hour shifts or whatever. Would that be 8 hour shifts? Yeah, they'll at least be able to get 8 hour shifts and no one end up getting burnt out. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, that's what I'm thinking. Like you just need 8 hours of mixing this product each person instead of everybody having to be there for a whole 24 hours together. Is that's a lot. That's a lot now, Tommy. Now Tommy and his brother is working in the house. You know, they at their grandma house. And bro he ended up getting a text and Tommy is inquiring, bro, like why you care? And Tommy just is a complete asshole and I love every minute of it. He just like we conversate. And bro, like really like now, cause I'm tired of being a broken record talking to you about me and my money situations. You ain't trying to, help a brother out or give me something to do. I don't want to keep being like you just gotta do everything for me. And so he just like just pulled a carpet, and so Tommy is now like, well, look like now we ain't working or talking. So now what? You know what I'm saying? Because Tommy instantly stand up like, no, I ain't working. If we ain't talking, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So now we ain't doing either one. So then, so the brother, he like, okay, whatever. So he grabbed beers and pretty much telling him the cycle of being broke. You know, it's like suffocating him, smothering him, however you want to put it. Like pretty much he just like broke to the fact that look, I don't know what to do next. Um, he pretty much just like giving him like the complete rundown. The bank about to foreclose on his club. His pops need a stent in his heart. Um, and Tommy, I feel like is patronizing him, like you need my help, bro. And he just like we already been down this road. And so Tommy just like, well, we'll figure something out. And so why Tommy figuring something out is so weird because Tommy Lowry figured something out. So he's staring at his brother while his brother is literally working. At this point, it does not make no sense. And so Tommy just looking at him, and so he's been like, "Well, say something. Hell, you just looking, like say something, shit." And so Tommy was instantly like, "So how good was you in science in science class or whatever?" And so he was like, "I was okay." And I'm just like, well, look like he found his cook, and we shall see. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's what I was thinking. Like, I'm saying, like, you got two people in here 24 hours. Now that Liliana know how to make the product, okay, now you could do 12 hours, but he not with that. He just 24 hours all of them. And I'm figuring if you got three cooks, that's 8 hour shifts. Like, can't nobody be mad about it. And they all making money at the same time. And everything that you're doing, as long as you're in this lab, is legal because every product in a lab is legal because they at the hospital. And so before you do all that mixing and matching, every product is pretty much legal. So it's not an issue. So Tommy and Boss daughter is at her spot. Um, and she just was pretty much saying like the soda, Marsha, everything off to a good start. But now she is inquiring about CBI being, a part for distro or whatever. And Tommy is just like, they do got certain territory, which I wouldn't mind having. But he waiting on them to figure out what it is that they want to do, because Jannar and Barbara is kind of into it. And if for the brothers to be into it, um, it's not gonna work out. And plus, Tommy don't want Jannar a part of anything that he got going on, most definitely. So, like, if they get into some type of fight, that would mean everybody going separate ways or different directions. And now that product is just up in the air because it's just a lot, and they just need to really get their issues together. And the daughter is trying to say, well, it don't matter about their family issues, they can just do it, you know what I'm saying? And Tommy like, he ain't going, because if they don't solve their problem, then it becomes their problem. Because if y'all in the midst of going back and forth, and just so happy the police come in and y'all got my product, now you messing with my money, there's an issue. Whereas if it's just you, or just one of you that's apart, it makes more sense, because y'all really too much at odds right now. And besides that, y'all know Diamond is his boy. Anyways, Barbara is Diamond. Just for the record. Y'all know that that is his boy anyways. So whenever like he get him the word, oh, he in anyway, because Tommy really do fuck with Barbara. And then she was telling Tommy that she don't like how much power he got. You know what I'm saying? With the business or whatever. And she just was like, and I mean, she was saying she don't like how he got so much power, and he was like, don't confuse power with wisdom. Okay, let's just get that very clear. YouTube, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank y'all. Tap that screen for me. Thanks, thanks, thanks. Appreciate it. Send me a gift. I will appreciate it all. Y'all are so super sweet. So Barbara is showing Janard is shaving Janard up, right? So he asking him what would he do different with CBI if he was back in charge. And Barbara had to let him know it's not an early retirement. I'm just asking just to see, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna retire no time soon. And Jannar instantly is with the shit. He instantly, well, I wouldn't have wasted no time with the whites. Um, and Bobby ended up cutting him off. Like, not what's been going on since I've been out. Like, this not what I'm saying to you. Um, uh, and pretty much, Barbara told him like, I expanded CBI since I pretty much been out. That's a fact. And pretty much like at my age, I still just want to learn. And so Jannard is loving this part because he is really finna just give all the dumbest of answers. Jannard said that he would put everything behind Dahlia, the new product. And then he said he'll lock down the South Side. And Barbara just told him it's too many unsureties about. Um, and Jannar just was like, well, it's just like a hypothetical. Pretty much. And so this is my answer as a hypothetical. CBI started with you, is gonna end with you. As long as he got his little small part in it, that he good or whatever. But let's not forget that he is making like small deals behind his back, behind Barbara back, his brother back, and he is pretty much ready to take over. Like he almost about got the bullet in his brother's head and trying to take him out, like already. Like real talk. Like that's how I feel about that. I feel like it's just the same. Like you just trying to pretty much knock your brother off because you feel like you ain't on top no more. That's just how I feel. Tommy and Liliana is walking around the lab. They chopping up analytics. He's smiling and telling her we got a good thing going and how they never lie to each other or whatever. And he tell her about his brother and he want him in the lab with them. Told you that was gonna be great. That's all they needed was one more person anyway. She is honored, and it's gonna be everything. She kind of made like he was like he gonna be in the lab or whatever, but we gonna be the only two people that know that that's my brother. And he like, I mean, she was like, well, what about they gonna see two white dudes? They gonna know that y'all is brothers. And he was like, huh, you really just don't know. At the police station, Bennigan, you know, that's the son, little cop dude that he got under his belt or whatever. And he has ended up being questioned by another cop about how long he had been with the Flynn fam or whatever. And first he tried to act confused, but Buddy like it's going down no matter what, so it really gonna make a difference. And he like, I got medical expenses. Buddy like, I got it. The department don't really need to know. Pretty much he told him to pay him 50K and in a couple weeks, and he was like, and you'll figure out a way to get you some more money. It don't even matter. And he like, I can't give you no 50K. And he like, I really don't care about what you got going on. Either get there or I you want me to go in there and tell on you. You want me going there and tell on you. That's the thing. Like y'all need cops don't even know how to do right. Like y'all are so lame. Whew. Y'all really need help on how to be a real cop. It just don't make no sense. Okay, so Boss Flynn and his daughter, they ended up meeting up, and he pretty much just questioned her about where she had been because she wasn't there when the feds had came. She gonna pretty much tell him that she had been shopping, and he like, don't bullshit me, okay? I got eyes all over, and she like, and they don't see nothing, and he like, it turns out that you is just as stupid as your brother. Whatever you into, him is going to find out is what he told her. And he gonna crush it right up under his little big old boots that he had on. And she mad, like, you know, do what you gotta do, pull your boot down, but just be ready for the fight. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it. So then son and the copper, you know, his little buddy, he ended up meeting up with him. And so he like pretty much trying to ask the copper dude, like, what you know about the new drug, Dahlia. No one is you know, no one is talking and it's spreading quick. And the son pretty much just tell him like, do some digging, find out, and whoever it is, lock their ass up. Simple. And well, no, he didn't say lock them up. He just said like put them away or something like that. And so the copper was like, I don't do drug buses or none of that. Um and he was like, not, I'm not saying arrest them or nothing like that. I'm saying that my family need that drug. And pretty much if there's an obstacle in the way, I just need you to clear that out the way. And then the copper just pretty much like, it's gonna cost you pretty much double, because remember he gotta pay the other cop for him not telling that he know that he do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's dumb. So he was like, okay, cool, but put them away. Okay, so now Jannard and the newcomer, which is their cousin, is in a trap, and they are trying to figure out about the new product. The newcomer, like everybody, is pretty much after they next high, and whoever is behind it is really getting paid at this point. Um, and Jannard is pretty much like hit every corner, find out who is behind this, 20K to whoever can deliver or whatever. So the son meet up with the boss, with his daddy pretty much. And they at the lake. And so Pops is just like, find out what your sister doing, with who, and right now. And when you have that information, you bring that to me, and we will give her a punishment like she is a damn child. Okay. And so he like, we ain't kids. You do know that? And he was like, no, I'm gonna punish her like an adult. And pretty much, son just like, well, that's not gonna work on her. It's like pretty much it never has. So why is it that you feel like all of a sudden this is finna just start working? This not finna just start working. It don't happen like that. But you know, y'all know how parents is. They know everything. And boss just pretty much like, can you find out? Son like, yes. Are you gonna tell her that you sick? And he was like, nope. They go back and forth and all that stuff. And pretty much they just like snapping on each other about what is and what is not negotiable or what have you. Thank you. That is cute. What is this? Mm. They go back and forth or whatever. For a little minute, you know what I'm saying? And so then the son just ended up walking off. Cause you know, he like tired of like beating a dead horse and it's not happening. Period. Um, please like and subscribe. Thank y'all very much. Please tap that screen and send her a little gift or two. They have been really pretty, and I appreciate all the stuff that y'all have done thus far. Y'all is everything. Tommy brother is at the hospital, and he pretty much visiting a granny, and so he in there telling his grandma to get rest and all that good stuff, but then he leaves out and goes to the nurses station or whatever. And so while they at the nurses station, and he just really trying to find out who they got down for, to contact, whenever she like go to different places, because she was in a home and now she's at the hospital, and he want to know who are they contacting when these things is being when these decisions is being made or whatever. Um So then while he's sitting there talking, old girl is like looking it up, like all the doctors and nurses and stuff is running to the back and running to her room. And then old girl gets off the computer and like, you gotta stay up here, and they go to the room. So he ended up going toward the room and looking in the room, and then she passed away. So then Tommy gets to his granny house and he confused like what happened. And of course, bro don't really know like why he was trying to, find out like this is what happened. And bro like, you need to call it the Kate because she needs to know. And Tommy is not calling her. Tommy is not going to be calling his mama. But he did give Tommy a box and he got pictures. He had did like a photo on a flash drive for him, with videos and um of it just him, his grandma, like as he was coming up. So he took his time and like made him a collage or whatever. And then he tell him that he need to tell their mom, and pretty much Tommy let him know I'm not calling Kate. Period. Point blank. That's that. Liliana and Doc is in the lab, and Liliana can't feel her hand. Doc like rehydrate. We'll get the batch up in time. Oh, and I was asking Liliana like how was she keeping the pace in New York, and she was like, I didn't do this. I was on the other side. I didn't do this. And so then the doctor was like, is that how you got the scar on your face? And she was like, yeah. And after that, you still didn't want to get out. And she like, nah. I figured I took the best they got and I'm not dead. So let's keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? And she just pretty much tell her everything. She was like, I've been beaten, stabbed, burned, shot. I'm still here or whatever. And Doc said, you lucky. And then the young was like, look, don't play no parts in this game right here. Do you hear me? And she was like, yeah, I hear you. Tommy ended up meeting with Boss Flynn Walter. Okay, now he offered Tommy a drink. Tommy ended up passing on that drink. He tell Tommy a like quick little childhood story about him and his brothers and all that good stuff, and how he had went to college and meeting his wife, moving to Chicago, having his kids, whatever. And Tommy like that's why. Is this why you back on in my face? Like I make this make sense, sir. Like I really don't understand. Like, is this why you back? Like why you out tell me to come over here? 'Cause I know that ain't why you told me to come over here. And so he was like, cause is this why you ended up double backing up on them serves or whatever? And he was like, he gonna tell Tommy, no, I was finishing a fight that you had started. And so Tommy, like, you have absolutely no proof of that. Thanks for the invite to the crib though. And he was like, my son making decisions that he don't like. Um, and that pretty much he mad because Tommy's still breathing. And so he was like, I got a proposition for you. And that was for him to be able to join Flynn's business. And Tommy like, I didn't know this was a job interview. I would have wore a suit. And then he goes and a sign to that said, "Go fuck yourself." I thought that was so funny. I was like, "Oh, he did not like that." Um, and pretty much he just was like, "You showed me who you was when they was at Dr. Parker's, and you is most definitely not one that I could be able to fuck with." And this just that on it. And Flynn, he pretty much stole the bartender in his face because he was like, I saw Gloria, and he talking about the bartender. And then he was like, her heart jumped in your throat. Two men, same bed, same place. Tommy like bartender and your son are in love. There is nothing you can do or say that will be able to change that. You know what I'm saying? And Tommy, like, I see where you're trying to go with that. And then Walter just pretty much told him, like, I really wish you would have kept fucking her because um he would have loved to been able to see your face after all was said and done. Because he pretty much big don't want her around, you know what I'm saying? So he like, oh, when it was all said and done, I wish I could have told you, but Tommy already let you know, like, yo, they love each other, so it ain't nothing you can really do to like break that up. So I think that gotta got up under his skin. So Barbie is cleaning up the shop, and boss daughter Claudia, she done walked in, and she like, you got the serve pipeline. I have a product that will save your life. I can offer you 10%. And Barbara, like, you don't want to do this. If you only offering 10%, you have partners, and they not with you. So that means you doing this behind their back. And that pretty much get us, kind of started on the wrong foot. And she like, I don't need anyone behind me. And so he opens his door for her. And as she is walking out the door, he let her know, no deal. Um, I got a feeling though, she is gonna touch the wrong side of Tommy, and she is not gonna like her. She's not gonna like herself too well, and she's not gonna like it one bit once she crossed Tommy the wrong way. Like, she is going to find out who Tommy really is. Um, Flynn and brother-in-law is talking and walking. And Unc is like, ever since your wife passed, you've been pushing your kids. You've been pushing your kids away from you. And so then Flynn was like, I don't know how much time I have left to put them pretty much where he needs them to be, to be able to take over the business. Um, and then he told him that he had went to go see the doctor, and that his son is not ready to step in. And he was like, well, Vic ain't the only option, and that's the son, Vic. And he was like, well, Vic, that's that's not your only option. And boss like, since when women are in charge? And pretty much he just tell him, like, if you take too much longer on this, they might not even have a business, to be able to take over whenever you decide to leave or whatever. And then he tell him about the new product in the shot and how it's hitting every crew. And if we don't jump on it, they're gonna be ended up being the last in line. And boss like, no, it's not happening. And then he just by the way, you know what I'm saying? That girlfriend thing, call it off. And bro was like, I never put it on. So I don't know, but I just feel like you did. I feel like you lying. I feel like you served her up. I feel like you served her up on a platter just so that she can get out the way. That's how I feel about it. Y'all like, subscribe. Appreciate it. Tap that screen. Send gifts. All that good stuff. Let me get some coins. See you girls some coins. Appreciate you. Tap that screen. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Bubbling Tommy. Is that what they say? Bubble Tommy. Why y'all be using all these little crazy letters? 500 likes. Thank you for tapping that screen. I appreciate it. Um. So now Tommy has ended up at Big House, the son, Boss Son house. And he pretty much like, you got to get out of Chicago, you and Glory, you and Bartender, okay? And Son like, why should I trust you? And Tommy like, we done been through our little ups and downs or whatever. But every time I showed you exactly who I was. Again, I'm gonna tell you this one last time. Grab your shit, get your girl, and get on down. And so he was just Vic was asking like, why would you want to help me? And Tommy was like, he had a soft spot for romance, and um, the song No Better. He was like, you lying, that ain't it. And he was like, well, believe I want to help her, and I saw your pops, and he want her gone. Do you hear me? And he gave him a keys to an unmarked car that don't have nothing on it or whatever. And pretty much just tell him to keep her safe, and pretty much like, it's not a joke, it's not a game, like it's going down. So take that car so nobody can't know where you at, follow you, get to you, none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for real, for real. So now you got Barbara and Adrian. Adrian is the old girl that was in his seat at the diner, and that's who he had been fucking the girl for the newspaper or whatever. And they in the basement, and she asking about Buddha and incense. And Barbara like, it's all about change. And she like, do you think people are defined forever for what they done or what they do or anything like that? And he like, he hope not. Then he tells a story about why he was good at his job. And how now today you can find anything about anything, on your phone. Um, so he just was like, so all bull crap aside, why were you in my booth at the diner and in my bed? And she was like, when they ended up first meeting, she was doing a piece on fallen nations in Chicago, and it was gonna be a young gang member with no leadership. I heard you had got out, thought that there was an angle there. And Barbara, like, yeah, we shared a few angles, quite a few. You know what I'm saying? And he's going back to the bed at this point. Like, yeah, we shared some angles, that's for sure. And he was like, she was like, I was not there to meet you. I was surprised to meet you. But it was gonna be a CBI, Elijah Linden, but he ended up never showing up. He said he never wanted to become the story, and she said she never wanted him to become the story, but that was the editor's vision. So he like, and what's your vision? And she really just didn't know. But she can walk away from it if she needs to, from this whole entire piece. And he was like, why? Because you're more than a story, which I thought was pretty sweet. So Tommy at the crib and he looking at the old pics or whatever, and he put the flash drive in and watch for about a total of 3 seconds, take it out, wrap it up, put it in the box, and hide it in a safe place. Tommy is at boss daughter house and she like, I'm not sure about the step forward. I hang back. And it's just he was like, okay, so if you not sure about my step forward, why you hanging back? And he was just like, we partners, so let me hear it. And she was just like, I don't want to hide in the shadows. And Tommy like, well, step out. And she was like, wait, so just do it. And he like, yeah, you take the clubs and I keep the streets. And she was just like, if I do that, my pops is gonna end up trying to take her down. And Tommy was like, we dealers, we take that risk daily. Okay, so you have to protect what's yours. As he walks out, he like, and if he fucks with what's yours, that means he fuck with what's mine. And no one fucks with mine. Your pops included. Understand it. You deserve this. And she was like, I know. I know, little Tink. Tell him. Say, I know, little Tink. Little Tink, no. She deserved that little bit. A little ugly cell. Please subscribe and like. Y'all keep tapping that screen and sending those great gifts. I do appreciate every last one. Thank you very much. Thank you for my coins. Y'all is the best. Thank you for them coins. Thank you, thank you. That is pretty too. Y'all, if y'all don't be on Bigo, look, the gifts that you get, some of them when they explode or they go out, man, beautiful. When I tell you, beautiful. So bartender come back and sign at the door. He tell her that it is very clear to him now that he really wants to be with her. He sold the land, paid off all her debt. And then she found out that they was leaving Chicago today and that they can go anywhere. And she said yes. They kiss, tell her to pack a bag, and they leaving in a couple hours. So Tommy walking to his car. Nephew was on the side of the pole. Nephew used to be with CBI. But then he got kicked out because of another little homie, all that other stuff. So I call him nephew because I believe it's his brother's son that he hadn't seen since he was 2. Um, so the nephew was on the side of the pole, and Tommy talked to him and tell him that he was very obvious. And nephew was like, "How did you know I was there? You didn't even look over there." And Tommy like, "What news you bringing today?" And nephew like no news. He not really rocking with CBI. And he pretty much just like, can you put me on? I'm good with numbers. And he tell him a little backstory. And so Tommy test him with his, calculator. Then give him a scenario. And Tommy just like, I got a spot for you, like, cause he was like, so and so got this and so and so got that, but so and so need this and this and from he need this from this from that person. So how much does this person need in order to give this person that from this person? And so Buddy had broke all that down real quick after he had just was throwing out random numbers and was like, all right, so what's 1,076 times da, 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 that little type of stuff. And he passed every test that was given to him. So he is pretty well with numbers. And let's not forget, this is a paid acting gig. Does not mean that he really is good with numbers in real life. So don't be walking up on him talking to him, hey, what's 26 times 4? Because he don't know. Okay? Let's be very clear. Um, so at Tommy's spot, Liliana is asking Tommy brother to say her name over and over. She like, I can listen to you say that all day. And Tommy like, can we focus, Liliana? Like, yeah. And then she instantly like, well, your mom makes some fine kids. And they both say thank you. And Liliana just wouldn't stop. So she kept going on and on and on. And so Tommy like, if we gonna work or are we gonna have a reunion? And so everybody pretty much say work at the same time. And then Tommy tells bro what he expects from him. And if he can, he will be in the laboratory. And right then and there, Liliana starts training him at the crib. Jannard is in the trap. He eating. Newbie and Lil Homie. Lil Homie is the one that nephew was with, and then he switched up on nephew, talking about something that's his family and everything like that, right? So so they come through and they ended up telling Jannard the word on the curb is the pilgrims are moving to Dahlia. And Jannard like, who? So they just got off the Mayflower and he played too much and they started describing him and all that good stuff. And he was like, oh, the Jews. Okay, that is the Jews. And yeah, it was funny. Um And so once he figured out who they were, he said, okay, no problem, I know where to look. And then he gave them the 20 grand, they split 10 apiece. Um, so then now we got boss son Big getting visited by his uncle while he is packing his bag. And Unc like, I'm headed to go see your cousin or whatever. I wish I had a boy like you. Your dad ended up meeting with Tommy about bringing him in. And son, like, I knew I couldn't trust him. I don't trust Unc because Unc is full of himself. And I hope you don't listen to your uncle because he is all freaked up. Okay? I don't trust him because he worked closer with your daddy. And no matter how many times he tried to get your daddy handed over to you, trust me when I tell you, he is doing everything your daddy is. So who you can't trust is your daddy and your uncle. So Lydiana is still showing Tommy brother, the measurements and Tommy like how's he doing? And he's showing a little skill and bro like I'm not gonna let you down. And Jannard is going to go see the pilgrims and he pretty much tell him to give up the bag. He just saw one of them walking and he's like, give up the bag. And he like, what? And Jannard like ended up shooting him and taking the bag. You know what I'm saying? Son, boss son is packed up, he's suited and booted, and then he got his uncle conversation playing in his head. And I think that he decided not to use the card that Tommy told him to use. Jannard and the newbie, they ended up going to Gary to show them some Dahlia. And the G boys is like, they don't do designer. And Jannard like, try it. And he like, what is it? And how much? And they was like, black magic. And so he was like, you don't owe me anything. All I need is bullets and bodies. When I call, just come and lay down everything between us and the magic. And so, cause like Gary ready, and whenever you want to call, we is ready. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. I like and I appreciate y'all for tapping that screen like y'all doing, and for sending me such beautiful gifts and plenty of great coins. Y'all are everything for that. So Son and Gloria is in his truck. And he was like, Gloria Flynn sounds great. And I think his uncle is setting him up low key, but can't say. You know what I'm saying? Um, I say that I can't say for sure because like I said, it's a scripted thing, but I only am saying that because he never told Tommy. I mean, he never told his nephew that Tommy declined to work for his daddy. And so as soon as they pull off, another truck run dead into them. And then it kind of knocked Son a little unconscious for a little second. And then once bartender got him up or whatever, they started shooting up the car, and he thought he was covering up Gloria, but they was literally only shooting at Gloria. So that's why I say I don't really trust the uncle. I knew I didn't trust him, and I don't believe that he got. And I got a even stronger feeling that I believe he set it up through the serves. I really do believe that the uncle did that just to be able to get them off of their back. I believe the uncle served up Glow, the bartender, just so he can. hmm And so they shooting up in the truck, and they ended up killing bartender. And so I'm just like, Tommy told you the truth. Your uncle set you up. And I really feel that way too because he never told his nephew that his daddy had told him to take his girlfriend out. So I don't think you really was for your nephew to begin with. That's just my opinion. So because you would have went to him and told him that. And he also knew that Tommy would tell him. I got a feeling like he knew Tommy was there. I got a feeling like he knew Tommy was there. So nephew is putting money in his safe box. Tommy is watching him. Tommy look in the box after he walks off or whatever, and he see the picture of his brother when he was little and he was holding his son over his head. I'm telling y'all, I've been knowing he was nephew since the beginning. I knew that was nephew. So okay, so Tommy is at his spot and he looking at his younger self with his mom. And Tommy pull out his phone. Then it's switched over to Kate and her phone is ringing. Her phone is ringing as she goes to the car. And she answer it, and it's her son. And we not talking about Tommy. Mm-mm. I think he gave him her number because of nephew Lockbox. Like once he found out that that was his nephew, it's like I really don't want my mama to be a part of this, but my brother keep asking about this B man. Let me go ahead on and give him his number or whatever. So I'm gonna bring number 9 sooner than later. Y'all sip on that and make it make sense. And I'm gonna get with y'all next time.